Hey guys, welcome back to the second of 3 legs in today's part of the Tour of Wales. This is a short leg. We're basically going for Llanbedr, where we are now, to, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Caernarfon? Anyway, it's about 19 miles away, kind of northwest. Let's get fired up and we will head that way. First thing I got to do is that. So, mixture in, master on, brakes are set, magnetos are on, fuel pump is on, aircraft is nicely fueled, we're on the left tank, lights are on, nobody's around. And we are up and running. So as you can see, it's basically 19 miles across the bay. Again, we're going to follow the coast a little bit to take us into the airport. Now, let me just check something here. The destination has just one runway, runs east-west, so we're going to be landing on runway 25 to the west. Alright, let's get everything up and running. So these are all on, you're on, avionics master is on. Landing lights will go to pulse when we turn them on. Let everyone know we're about to start move. Or actually, for a closed airport, they've got full services here. So we're gonna head out to the north.
Land through ground, CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta, request taxi for north departure. CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta, taxi to and hold short of runway 35 via taxiway Alpha, cross runway 23 Bravo, cross runway 33 Charlie Bravo. Contact tower on 122.5 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 35 via taxiway Alpha, cross runway 23 Bravo, cross runway 33 Charlie Bravo, CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Alright, I am going to, because this is a little bit of a confusing place, navigation, taxi ribbon on. Oop, bye. And we will use the taxi ribbon to get there, just because I don't want them yelling at me. So scroll that back. So we're just going across the bay, then off across that little peninsula, and we'll be good to go. So let's head over and start to get out of here. To go this way. That's fine. So we are close to, and I've mentioned it before in other videos, Snowdonia National Park, which has in it Mount Snowdon, the tallest mountain in the UK. I think it's the tallest mountain in the British Isles, actually. And it has a working steam train that you can use to get up there. The steam train was built in the 1800s, late 1800s, obviously for tourists. And you can take the steam train up, and if you're lucky and the weather is good, you can get a good view of the surrounding area. The hills, the valleys, and everything. However, I've been up there a few times, and on all but one occasion, I've been clouded out. So it's hit or miss. And, well, you can see by the weather here. This is what it's kind of like all the time, and the mountain pokes up into the clouds. I remember the last time I was there, I started out, it was a beautiful day, a few clouds, not too many, and By the time the train got to the top, it was deep in the clouds and couldn't see a thing. Well worth the trip, though. The mountains get higher, the valleys get deeper, the more inland you go from here. And it is actually something to see. Well, we've finally reached the end of our taxi. Holy cow, you can tell this was an old airbase. I think we did about 4 miles just getting down here to the end of the runway. Anyway, let's get everything set and we'll get out of here. You're all on, you're on, and you're on. Let's give them a call.
Llanbedr Tower CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta ready at runway 35 departure to the north. CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta cleared for takeoff runway 35 departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 35 CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Off we go. So the clouds are cleared a little bit, but still got clouds in the mountains there. So we're going to go up to about 1,000 feet, and then we'll see how we're doing from there.
Foxtrot Delta, continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace. Llanbedr Tower CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta continue for north departure.
It's going to be an interesting flight. We got to go over some water. We got to go over a bit more land. I don't know how mountainous it's going to be. Could be interesting. Said we'll kick it in about 1,000 feet. We'll hold. Actually, we won't use the autopilot. It's an extremely short flight here. We're going to keep about 1,000 feet. Bring the RPM back to about 24. Power back to about 22 inches. There we go. And we're just going to head over this way and see how it's looking. So the airport we're heading for is basically on the other side of this peninsula here. Looks like we can get in straight ahead. Definitely got some mountains off to the side. So if you want to see kind of what the interior of Wales looks like, if you go on, and this is aviation related obviously since you're watching this, if you go on to
Delta Foxtrot Delta, you are leaving my airspace, frequency change approved. Llanbedr Tower CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta frequency change. Llanbedr approach CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta is type CubCrafters CC-19 4 miles north of Llanbedr. Request flight following. CubCrafters Golf. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta Llanbedr approach. Squawk 1275. Squawk 1275 CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta. CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta radar contact 5 miles north of Llanbedr 1,200 feet. Altimeter 29.92. Copy CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Alright, now that that's all done with, if you go into YouTube, look up Mach Loop, M-A-C-H-L-O-O-P. You can put Wales after it, and you'll see some of the valleys and stuff that the Air Force, British, sometimes American, occasionally others, will use for their low-level flight training. but it's pretty good shots of the countryside, as well as some really incredible shots of the aircraft. So where we're headed has one runway. It's an east-west, so we'll be landing to the west. It's basically up at the next body of water, which on the map here you can see is approaching. A lot of people have little summer cottages along this place here, and they get beautiful countryside on the beach, the hills, wonderful nature reserves and hiking areas, and I mean, Wales is a beautiful country. If you've never been, try to get there. You will not regret it. So anyway, we're now 12 miles out from our destination on our second leg of the day. Once we get there, we will stop. We'll have lunch. Ooh, a little bit hazy over that way. We'll stop. We'll have lunch. And then we are going to head on our last leg, which will take us further to the north. We'll avoid the wind turbines. It's pretty flat in this little area here, but you definitely got the mountains there right beside you. And you can see, even if it's a decent day, the tops of the hills are in the clouds. And that is a very common occurrence. Alright, so we're now 10 miles out.
Tower CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta 1 miles southeast to land.
CubCrafters Golf, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta Tower. Fly straight in runway 2. Altimeter 29er, decimal 9er, 2 wind 274 at 20.
Fly straight in runway 2 CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Runway 2? Let me just look at something here. Huh. My Navigraph does not have a runway 2 for this place. Just check what he said. Fly straight in, runway 2. Okay then. We can do that. So runway 2 would be 02, 020 degrees. So we'll come up, we'll fly kind of this way towards the coast, then come up the coast, and then turn in and land. And seeing as it's down on that peninsula there, it will probably be almost sea level elevation. That's some pretty big wind turbines. Again, a lot of sheep out in this area. Wool and lamb are two of the major industries. And Welsh lamb, mentioned before, but if you're over there, you gotta try it. A little bit of sun on the fields. Very nice. Looks like we're going to be...
CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta cleared to land runway 2. Wind 274 at 20.
Cleared to land runway 2 CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Yeah, okay. You're making me do some weird flying here, machine. Alright, 4 miles out. Start going down. I think you can see the airport there. Hopefully the weather clears up a little bit this afternoon. Not sure why they have me coming this way, but it's all good. Start bringing the power back. Hold about here. Let's get her configured for landing. Got a little bit of a wind. Oh, that was a hard one.
CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot.
But we are down.
Contact ground on 122.255.
Going to 122.255 CubCrafters Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Alright, let's see where we are. And see where they want us to taxi to. Uh, 122.255. Ah, taxi to parking. Well, it looks like they don't have much in the way of services here, so we're going to make our own way. Hopefully they don't use this runway because they've got a big towery thing there. Anyway, we're going to head over to the terminal building here. Again, this is another old World War II air base. You can tell by the layout. They're pretty much identical. Whenever you see an airfield that's in this kind of triangular setup, it was a old RAF base, or sometimes even U.S. Air Force. Some of them are still around, and they were kind of laid out similar. You can find places like this all over Canada too. A lot of the smaller town airports used to be Royal Canadian Air Force training areas. Alright, so we're going to head over here by the hangar, and then we'll shut her down and see if we can get something for lunch. Fuel is sticking way out there. Just go onto the pad here. Looks like a couple airplanes over there. But that's fine. I'm just gonna put it right here. That's parking brake is on. Kill lights and avionics. And we will shut off everything like so. Well, thank you very much for joining us for the flight. Hope you enjoyed. It was a short one, and we'll see you on the next leg. Bye for now.